knocking the dust off. Is that what you do? Is that all you're made of? Whatever ain't right, prove it on yourself. Revisit your act, return to parallel. Living on a guideline, been there, done that, cold up and dead. Instead of being bitter, back up, go grab your keys. Follow the stunt driver who hit the tip top of an adventure. Ready to relish everyday desire. Got fire, lighting up the way. Let go what holds us back. Take over, then different together. Breaking the barrier. What's the better time? 'Cause we can zigzag, show them this is our own track. Look out, we won't get caught up.
What's poppin', guys? How y'all doing today? Sylvanus, Zaniel, Silbham. How's life treating y'all, boys? Yo, is this shit kind of low? Yo, is the game kind of low today? Granky Flip. What's going on? What's going on? Just chilling for the day, bro. Woke up extra late and was like, should I go live or should I just skip it for the day? Nah, I gotta go live. Until I get a better schedule next week, I gotta go live, brother. I just gots to. Let's go do this task of fields for our 3x. How you doing, Crystal? Welcome to the stream. Woke up at 8 a.m. right now. Nice. You just waking up? Daniel, what were I seen you posted updated kit. Was there a lot of changes to our girl or my girl? Augusta? Or nah, we chilling. I haven't been around since that big hack happened to you a few months ago. Well, appreciate you turning back into the channel, bro. I know I haven't been as active as I used to be, but what's good, man? What have you been up to? Can I land, bro? Chris, new character in the recent One Piece manga chapter, bro. It's Goofran, by the way, here. Oh, what up, Goofran? Are you talking about rocks? Don't forget the overflow thing. It's only for one day. Oh yeah, for sure. Small changes, some were just better translation, and some small changes, like there was a skill activation that got changed to heavy activation. Oh, okay. Good, good. I remember when your account got hijacked. Glad to see you're still on that grind. I'm trying to get back on that grind, bro. I'm not where I used to be. It's been rough, but you know, slowly trying to get back to relevancy at some point, bro. Bro, I need me a new game to play on the side, bro. All these other games I'm playing ain't doing it for me right now. A homeboy should have access to beta now. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yo, Lartralia is what it is. Chill, man. Playing different gachas. My latest has been DC Worlds Collide. Loving the game. Newer game? Is that a newer game, bro? I don't spoil it. They mention a very popular pirate names. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it Rocks? Because I've been, like, I'm keeping up with it. Like, I don't read the panels, but I watch streamers that cover these type of things. Ugh, that's not what I want. Let's see. I tried a Marvel game yesterday. I forgot what it was though. But I uninstalled it because it took me like 10-15 minutes and I still hadn't unlocked summons, and I was like, bruh, I'm leaving. Oh, from the Davy back fights? Yeah, they did. Yeah, Mystic Mayhem. Like, it has like cards that you flip up, pretty much. I don't know if you're interested in anime fighting games, but the new Demon Slayer game just came out. The new Demon Slayer game just came out. Anime? What do you mean anime fighting games? Like actual full-on fighting games, like the old Demon Slayer game, or like still a gacha? Well, there ain't nothing in these things, bro. The only other place Davy Jones was in Pirates of the Caribbean, and he has the same backstory. How the writers love Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, Davy Jones is not from Pirates of the Caribbean. Davy Jones is like an actual lore story type of thing. So that's where they all getting it from. The new Demon Slayer game, I think they're talking about like an actual like fighting game. Wait, y'all saying that we get YOOOO first? I'm gonna fucking cry. I never knew who was from Atlanta. Like, yeah, pretty much like that. Pretty much. That's where they all get it from. Wait, did I already do all three? I'm gonna just do this. Did I get 2 decent ones? I'll take it. And what's this over here? Arrow, okay. The overflow puzzle things is 17 days. Yeah, they wouldn't drop an event that's only 1 day. That's crazy. Yeah, we're getting Augusta first. Good, good, good. I want Augusta, bro. Like, I want the new character already. Because, like, yeah, I did get Furlova, but I didn't, like, build her. I don't have her team. And even though I won't have Augusta's team like that, like, I'll be fine. She's going to be plenty strong, hopefully, to solo everything while I build her team. Whereas, even though Furlova is plenty strong to solo everything, she don't, you know, she don't tickle my fancy with a play style, you know? Let's go get them Nightmare Echoes, bro. Bro, they're definitely adding more Nightmare Purifications. For sure. You've not had time to grind. True, you gotta get your grind on now. Let's get this one. I don't be using the fancy one to do this. I don't know why. Because then I feel like I gotta still go farm echoes for like an hour. And I don't want to. Yeah, bro, right now I've just been trying. Like, I have my 3 gacha games that I'm, like, rocking with right now. But none of the, like, I want something else again. That's just the way with gachas, bro. It's just the way it is with gacha games, bro. It's hard to just stick with one and that's it. Or I want a main game, something else. Because I'm playing Dune. But I'm at the point with Dune right now that it's, like, very slow. So, like, I'm looking for another big game to play. Planning on running my Yao with just Ian Lin, bro. Like, using a team with him right now, especially if they don't synergize. That's what I'm saying, Zaniel. Like, after I've been playing all these super synergistic teams, it feels weird to not run a synergistic team. Like, it just, I don't like it, bro. Straight up, I don't enjoy it. It's not even, and like, I seen someone saying that, like, mono teams get boring, and it's not just, like, it ain't about the mono team. Like, that's just for my OCD, right? That's just, like, for my personal OCD, that I like having all the characters on the team be the same element. But it's about the kit and the rotations, how everything functions perfectly well together, like a, you know, like a well-oiled machine. when you have the right team all set up. Like when you have like these 3 teams right here, bro. And, you know, Shorekeeper's kind of there, but whatever. Like, just putting into perspective, these 2 teams, they just flow so perfectly into each other. Every rotation, every outro, every buff, every intro, everything just flows perfectly into each other. You know what I mean? You grab a team that is like, well, this guy could work with this team because it buffs this, but it doesn't buff everything. You lose on parts of the buffs, and their rotation feels weird. Like, it doesn't feel smooth. Like it's just sailing. It's like peaks and ups and downs. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you can feel that they don't belong together, even if they're still helping each other or whatever it might be. You're so behind on WuWa. Yo, the best thing about WuWa, bro, is that unlike a lot of these other gacha games, WuWa has like no content. So even if you take like a 6-7 month break, you can come back at any point and catch up with WuWa in a matter of like 1 month. Like, not even, like 2 weeks of like daily playing WuWa, you would have caught up with the story. You would have done every open world thing there is to do. And you'll be ready to pull your next character, and once you pull the next character, you can start building around them relatively easy. Like, I remember trying to get back into Tower of Fantasy after I had quit for like 6-7 months. I did not know where to start. There were so many little things that I was like, bro, what the fuck is all of this stuff? Whereas with Wuthering Waves, there really isn't. Like, you could take literally like a week break, come back to WuWa, and you, at most, the only thing you miss is a couple of events that will give you a little bit of currency and some daily login rewards. That's it. WuWa is like the most laid back, casual game when it comes to like the big titles, bro. The nicest thing about WuWa is that I don't feel pressure to play every day, and I own all the characters and weapons. Yeah, you really don't feel pressure to play every day. Like, it really doesn't matter in WuWa. You don't fall behind like that, bro, where like you have to learn entirely new mechanics and entirely new concepts and shit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have like a love-hate relationship with that concept, Hades, because personally I liked that it's like that because I was able to get back into the game. Because if I would have dropped, because I dropped WuWa for like 4 months, and then I came back. If I would have came back to WuWa after those 4 months and it would have been all confusing, I probably would have not continued playing the game, low-key. I probably would have stopped playing. Just never actually came back to it and just, But it's easy to get back into it. Wait, no, we gotta finish the other map before we finish this one, right? Let's go to Septimon somewhere. Well, it's a game that I would definitely play on the weekends instead of the weekdays. Yep, true. I took my time doing story because I wanted to take it slow. So back in the day when I was like actually hard grinding WuWa and I was like posting daily tons of content and stuff, I would clear everything day one, every side quest, every mission, all map explorations. For the first day or two, I'd do like 12-hour streams. Nowadays, it's like, I don't even like doing that, bro. I like taking my time with it, you know what I mean? I like exploring and taking it easy. Oh shit, I gotta get more Sonus caskets? I'm gonna just fly around then. From a content creator's perspective, it's sort of difficult, so looking forward to a Super Familia, Silver Palace, Chaos Zero, and all that. Yeah, from a content creator's perspective, it's rough. I mean, it depends the type of content creator you are. If you're the type of content creator that can just make slop content, then you don't gotta worry about anything. But if you're one of those content creators that only focuses on making content about the game, then it does get pretty hard. Yeah, I like clearing missions because I don't like seeing things unfinished. Yeah. I just wish there would, like, a lot of the quests in here be very yappy. And yes, you can skip them, but then I feel like I'm missing out if I skip them, you know? Would feel weird in a world where One Piece ends. Bro, I'm saying, the day One Piece ends is gonna feel weird. And I'm not even, bro, I haven't watched One Piece since Wano. But just knowing that it's there and that it's getting more content, the day that One Piece is no longer there is gonna be a sad day for anime, for real anime fans, like the real ones, bro. Not them doo-doo-y ass ones nowadays. They'd be like, oh my god, I can't watch a show because it has 1,000 episodes. It'll take me 100 hours. But then they spend the same amount of time playing doo-doo ass games or doing nothing of value in another game. I mean, not saying that watching anime is something of value, but you know what I mean? People be like, nowadays children be getting overwhelmed by the sheer number, but then spend the same amount of time picking their nose. There we go, we got one. I'm that guy that people warn not to watch the top 3 anime because I'll not be happy watching any other mid-tier ones, and I still ended all 3. Oh yeah, I'm the same, bro. That's why for me, if anybody gives me a top 3 anime, right, and their top 3 anime is like one of them little seasonal ass animes that has like a 12 episode season, they're just, I know their opinion is irrelevant and should not be taken into account. Bro, I started One Piece because of a girl. We're not together anymore, but I'm still watching One Piece to this day. See, One Piece is forever. The girl, momentary, bro. One Piece forever, bro. Not gonna lie, Bleach has a special place for me, even though I don't rank it anywhere. All the top ones got something special to them. Yeah, all the top ones got something special to them. I don't like Bleach. It's not that I don't mess with Bleach like that, because I started it late. I was watching Naruto, then I got into One Piece, and Bleach took that gigantic hiatus. And it just, you know, it's not one of my favorites. Not to say it's bad, it's just not one of my favorites. Naruto, bro, Naruto used to be one of my top. It used to be my top one until I really, because like what I love about Naruto, like at this point is one of those things. That's why I'm such a hard hater for Boruto. Like I'm a straight up hard hater for Boruto. Like I don't even want to hear people talk about Boruto. No matter what happens, no matter how crazy the animation becomes, no matter how cool the fights are, how nothing, it just don't matter at all. Because, like, I was a huge fan of Naruto. And then eventually, because, like, the story, the character development, everything, bro. The character development and the process that you go through watching Naruto. Because I watched it, like, when it would air on the weekdays or weekends. I don't remember. But I was watching it, so... like, it grew on me seeing the character. Like, the character grew over time. It's not like nowadays how you can sit down and in 2 days watch, like, a... you know, a 20-30 episode show, and then like you don't feel anything for the character. Like I spent years watching Naruto. As he grew up, I was growing up too, so like it actually meant something. But then eventually I got into One Piece after being reluctant to try, because I thought the characters looked really weird. Some looked very fruity, some looked extra random. And now One Piece, in terms of storytelling, and obviously because One Piece is still ongoing, whereas Naruto ended, and I do like the sense of adventure that One Piece offers, I'm more of a One Piece fan for sure. Something died when they... oh yeah, 100%, bro. I was... like, they dropped Boruto, and I was like, okay, let's watch it. And then I watched the movie, and then the first, like, 30, 40 episodes, maybe less, I don't know, are like the movie. They're a recap of the movie for episodes and episodes and episodes, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then after that, it was lame, bro. Like, they didn't have to make the OG Naruto characters shit for the Boruto characters to be better, bro. And if anybody says, oh, they didn't nerf him, they didn't make him stupid, they didn't make him whack, I will, bro. Matter of fact, I'll ban him just for saying dumb shit like that, bro. Like in Naruto, right? Like OG Naruto, all the Naruto, like grown-ups were badass, bro. All of them. You can even point out Guy, And I'll point out, and we're not even talking about Night Guy, just regular Guy. Even Guy was a G. Like, all the adults from Naruto were freaking gangsta. You go to Boruto, every single adult is like dog shit. Like, all of them, bro. It's insane. They didn't need to do that. They made all the OG Naruto baddies fugly. Like, they made them all look just crazy. Whereas, bro, even Tsunade in OG Naruto was like, damn. Like, every female in Naruto, bro, they could show up like a 70-year-old in Naruto and she'll be bad. Tsunade is the peak example. Someone's gonna be, what about Shio? Calm yourself. Whereas they did the lava. Was it the, not right, Kage, no, not Sushi Kage. I forgot what the fuck type of Kage she was. The lava chick, bro, they did her dirty. Anko, bro, Anko got done so dirty, bro. I was like, nah, bruh. What are y'all doing? And I know Tsunade had the whole thing that kept her from aging, but still. Mizukage. There you go, the Mizukage. Yeah, the Mizukage was fire. No pun intended. And then they dropped her, and I was like, what happened? How you doing, Channy? Welcome to the stream. Bonnie, good to see you too. Ooh, I found one over here.
I can fly too.
Oh, what the hell? Bro, see, them little things just be chilling there. Oh, except that big one. That big one's throwing a fit, bro. Shit. How is there a chest there? Okay, everybody dying right now. What are they doing here? Yeah, bro. And I'm telling you, like, One Piece hit all the right points for me. Even though I did watch One Piece in a much shorter time than I did with Naruto. Naruto took me years. Daniel, that video is related to what I've been talking about for the last, like, fucking weeks. Like, every time I hop on to play WuWa, I gotta talk about that topic for sure, bro. So I gotta de-transform, bro. Exploration and content in itself just feels empty, you know what I mean? I get it's the game model and that's why they do it, but goddamn. Hinata's still the best for you, but One Piece overthrown everything. Yeah, One Piece overthrown everything, bro. Character building is really good in One Piece. I've always said, bro, I hate that when these gacha games drop, their world is freaking beautiful. Some of the best looking worlds I've ever seen in, like, gaming. Right, like, they just look amazing. There's a lot of stuff going on in terms of, like, graphics and, you know, detail. And then after you play them not even a few times, like, after you go through the map, there's no, like, zero replay value to going around the map. There's no surprise element. There's no, oh, I found a secret little cave. I'll save all that for the video, but yeah. I think being long is taken too harshly, bro. Well, the problem with One Piece is not that it's long. Matter of fact, the problem is not even with One Piece. The problem is with today's generation that wants instant gratification. You know what I mean? That's the problem. People want to get to the fight right away. They don't care about a character's past in depth. They want to be told this guy got betrayed and now we fight. They don't want to know, like, Who betrayed him? What was the reason for the other person's betrayal? What happened after they got betrayed? Like, they don't want in-depth story building. They want instant action and very superficial story building. So when they have these shows that seem like they don't even gotta know anything, and they'll give you 1,000 excuses, but they'll be like, yo, One Piece has 1,000 episodes? Does that mean I gotta play 1,000? I gotta watch 1,000 episodes to actually know what is going on? I'm gonna have to wait that long to understand everything. I want to understand everything right now, you know? That's how it is nowadays, bro. Look at Solo Leveling. People got so mad that Jinwoo cried after working so hard to bring his mom back. Got upset over him losing Aura. That's what I'm saying, bro. They're not interested in character development. Bro, today's generation would probably think Naruto was soft and stupid when he cried about Jiraiya's death. Why would he cry? He's supposed to be training and getting stronger. This is stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I swear, bro. Or when Luffy cries over everybody, bro. I cried. Everybody cried watching the thing with the certain scene in One Piece where something passes or gets destroyed. I don't want to spoil it since someone might not be there yet, but it wasn't even a person, dog. It wasn't even a person, and the cast was everybody was crying in the show. People be like, he's soft. He's stupid. It's like, bro. Don't even play with me, bro. Luffy punching Vivi in the face was crazy. Oh, yeah, bro. Luffy decking Vivi in the face was crazy, bro. I was like, yo, homie just decked his homegirl in the neck, bro. That's crazy. Oh, wait. So, Zaniel, so you're in Whole Cake, right? Oh, hell no. My audio just got corrupted. This might kill the stream, low-key. Let's see. Hold on, boys. Gotta do this for like half a second. We're gonna do that real quick. We're gonna have no audio for like a little bit because my audio be messing up, bro. I didn't want to spoil it for you, Zan, because I didn't know how far you were. Yes, I like Zoro's determination, either die or live long enough to be the greatest swordsman. Yeah, bro, I like that. Like, a lot of the characters are very well built. Bro, it's crazy. A lot of the side characters in One Piece are built better than the main characters in some animes nowadays. In terms of, like, depth and stuff. I left off after he left Whole Cake for Wano, then life happened, and I just didn't go back, but I do keep up with manga, so I know everything. Yeah, I stopped after Wano, because I hate watching that seasonal shit. That shit annoys me, especially because One Piece has, like, the first 4 minutes be, like, intro and recap, and the last 3 minutes are, like, bullshit. So it's, like, 17 minutes an episode that I actually get, and I hate waiting a week for 17 minutes, so I was like, I'm not gonna watch again until there's like at least 100 episodes for me to watch, so I can like sit down and binge for like a good 3 months or something. Love y'all. Don't get disheartened. Ups and downs, always down the road. Keep grinding and stay strong. Yo, appreciate you for that motivation, bro. Thank you for that. I will most definitely keep trying, bro. We'll see how it all goes. All right, let's see. Let's see if it fixed the audio bug. If it didn't, we're kind of cooked, chat. We're kind of cooked. Okay, seems to have fixed it. There we go. Whoa. I might end the manga this weekend for One Piece. Let's see. Wasn't reading it much. I be keeping up with the manga, but I don't read it myself. Okay, we're good. We're good. That PC stays alive. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. But that stays happening too much nowadays. Bro, you dipping already? Rui, what game should be playing before you dip? What games should be playing nowadays? I said before, it's not like it's drawn out. There is so much story and character work in One Piece. Usopp's whole arc would have ended on that island if it was any other anime, but he's most remembered for what happened there. Yeah, One Piece has very good development for the other characters. And, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that there aren't scenes that aren't dragged out. There are scenes that are dragged out in terms of, like, they'll be fighting and then out of nowhere, they'll pan to fucking Luffy walking around lost in the map. Things that are like, okay, I get it, he's lost, but you don't got to pan to it 3 different times. Like, a lot of random little things. I get it. You know, I get that part. But at the end of the day, it ain't even that bad. Matter of fact, most filler arcs in One Piece I actually like, bro. One of my favorite arcs in One Piece, and it's crazy because, like, bro, you had this conversation like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and a lot of people were like, oh, I don't like that arc. That arc is filler. To this day, my favorite arc in One Piece is Skypiea. And I don't think it's ever going to be topped, ever. Especially with current stuff that's going on. I'm not saying it has the best fights. I'm not saying it has the best anything. But it doesn't matter how many times I've rewatched One Piece. I get bored watching Alabasta, even though Alabasta's good. But that's just because I've watched it like 5-6 times. I get bored watching every other arc. Except Skypiea. Every time I get to Skypiea, I'm like, I feel fresh, bro. It's like watching a whole new something, bro. It's so good. I don't know why. Holy shit. What is that little quest that I just seen over there? Hold on. There's something down here that looks interesting. Is it at the bottom? Oh, it's at the top, isn't it? Ow, my legs. It's at the top. Bro, the fact that majority skip Skypiea is insane to me. Bro, back in the day, like, if I talk to people 5 years ago, 4 years ago about One Piece, the amount of people that would say to skip Skypiea, and you say that now, and a lot of them be acting like, I never said that. Skypiea was part of the main plot. Bro, so many people would say to skip Skypiea. So many people. It was actually insane to me. OP before time skip was pure gag comedy. Luffy was next level. After time skip, comedy kind of died. Makes sense since he matured in a way. Skypiea is like my second favorite arc. Yeah, a lot of people would, bro. So I'm talking about like back in the day. People would always talk about filler arcs. There were people that would rank Skypiea in the filler arc category. Back in the day. And they were like, I know it's not filler arc, but it just feels like filler. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? Since they didn't actually, per se, progress the story in itself, like, deeply, from what their perspective was. And I'm telling you now, Skypiea is just the freaking... Because, like, it embodied... When I started watching One Piece, to me, And I still look for the same feeling when I watch shows nowadays. The problem is that they don't make like long animes anymore. They make these 12 episodes fucking animes that are mid, and then some of them never even get a season 2 or anything like that, you know? What I loved about One Piece was the feeling of adventure, like how they got to new areas, met new people, explored, traveled. I love that shit. That's my favorite genre in any type of anime. So back in the day, there was a lot of that, a lot of exploration, a lot of like random scenery, a lot of random people. Like, I love that shit. Isn't that where Usopp got his recoil conch? That is what he got the conch, yes. That's where they all got the conch. The aspects of Skypiea are so important to the progression because of some of the tools they got from there and things they learned to adapt to their problems. 100%. But it's like I said, a lot of people didn't see it as like, oh, they didn't get a brand new member. Oh, they didn't get a like an insane power up, because they didn't really get any power ups in Skypiea, if I'm not mistaken. Like, nothing really happened that was very linear like that. So you know people, bro. Ooh, I found one. Yes. Bro, how much more do I got to unlock to get 100%? I need the Sonnen's caskets. I need more Sonnen's caskets, bro. But I loved it, bro. And right now I legit be watching like entire animes, like 12, 15 episode animes in like 2 days, just waiting to find something that's actually interesting. And nothing tickles that itch of like lighthearted adventure with the serious moments, with the cool characters, with their power-ups, yada yada yada. Yeah, Enel was cool as hell. We had Eminem, bro, in One Piece. I started watching One Piece in Sabaudi weekly, and now I skip for 3 years and binge watch it for 3 days to complete it. That's how horrible pacing is. Oh my goodness. Almost couldn't get up there. I don't mind the pacing in One Piece. I just hate the amount of, not filler, but like intro and recap and all that they do in every episode. That shit annoys me. That is crazy that you remember him as that, Crystal. That is a very wild thing to remember him as. Solpika. You got a quest for me? You might like Hajime no Ippo if you didn't watch it. Sports. So yeah, a lot of people, bro. How many, bro? I have like 3 hardcore Hajime no Ippo fans. Like every time they have a chance, they tell me to watch that show. The problem is that, one, I'm not a big fan of sports anime. I've only watched like 3: Blue Lock, Kuroko, but that's because I like basketball, and Haikyuu. And I like them a lot, but the no adventure part is rough for me. There we go, another one. Like, I remember how long one of my boys had to like keep telling me over and over and over to watch Haikyuu. And I was like, bro, it's a anime about dudes playing volleyball. Not only do I not like volleyball, but dudes playing volleyball doesn't interest me. And I eventually gave it a try and I liked it. Not like super loved it, but I watched the whole thing. It was interesting. Yeah, that's what I mean. Each Wano episode had like 10, 15 minutes content with the same Indian soap opera dramatic scenes. You watch for 10 minutes and you don't. Yeah, that's what I didn't like about. That's why I stopped One Piece until there's more content. Because the intro, recap, you know, all of that would always like burn like 40% of the episode. And I'll just be there like, bruh. It was hype, but I didn't like it. What do we got here that we can buy? Oh shit, we can buy a bunch. We can buy like everything right now. I'm rich. Yeah, Blue Lock was good. Like, bro, so many people hate on Blue Lock, and yeah, the animation of the second season were like mid. They were pretty shit, but I still enjoyed it. Like, I was still vibing with Blue Lock. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Did you ever watch? I watched Samurai Champloo a long, long time ago. So long ago that I don't even remember, bro, half of the things that were going on in the show. Not even half, like 90% of it. It's so much like that that I was like a big Inuyasha fan, bro. I was a pretty big Inuyasha fan, and I don't even remember like 80% of the show. Also because back in those days, I was like a heavy stoner. So like, I'll be watching everything like baked out of my mind. So I don't remember anything. It was so long ago, mixed with I was stoned 90% of the time. So, yeah. Bro, Brand and Cantarella rerun make me depressed. Because that means I'm gonna be there for another 20 days without summoning and without anything, bro. Like, I ain't summoning those characters, anything, bro. I get it's important for people that want to save, though. Or those that want to get the characters. I'm just saying that I'm gonna be bored. That's probably the way Watanabe intended it. True. It was good, though. It was really good. Like, back in the day, before I even got deep into, like, One Piece, I watched Inuyasha, Full Metal Alchemist. I watched Samurai Champloo. I watched several other ones, bro, and, like, I can't remember shit from any of them. I've always said I was going to watch them back, and I was like, I have to because I really like them, and then I forget. Oh, shit. Hold on, guys. I'm flying. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I was gonna try Gintama, bro. Because I heard that it was like lighthearted and exploration and stuff. Alright, I got food chat. So we might react to a little bit of content by Gotcha Smack. Let's see. Yeah, I do want to try Gintama, bro. Heard it's pretty damn good. All right. I don't even know if it's loud enough. It should be loud enough. What's good, boys? So today we got a video by the homie Gotcha Smack titled The Biggest Problems with Exploration in Gacha Games. And if y'all know me and y'all been watching the channel and the streams, I've been very vocal over the past few months about how I feel regarding exploration in these games and how I feel like the maps, despite being some of the best looking maps in gaming, in games like, you know, Wuthering Waves, Genshin, and other big open world games like this, they feel lackluster. Like, they feel like there's a lot to explore, but in reality it's very shallow what there is to explore. There's not a lot of replayability, there's not a lot of surprises to these open worlds. So That's always been my take, and there's more that I go into when I'm on stream and yapping away, but I want to see what the homie Gotcha Smack got to say. I got some food, so we're going to eat while we check him out and see what he has to say.
A very insightful discussion as to why exploration inside of a gacha game will forever remain shallow. Now, there is a caveat to this, and that is when the main story quest is updating, that's when you get the absolute best exploration experience. And the reason that is because many of the world building aspects are tied to that MSQ progressing. Not only that, but the music, ambiance, and vibes, new music, ambiance, and vibes, map expansion, all of it's tied to the MSQ progressing. But
100%. Every time they add a brand new region, a brand new MSQ, it gives a lot of exploration. It gives a new vibe to everything. But that thing lasts about a day or two in these gacha games. They don't give you a lot of things to do outside of that. And, you know, most of these gacha games have like a 2-3 hour story. Whenever a new patch drops, you explore doing the new puzzles around the area. And within 2 days, there is absolutely nothing else for you to do apart from, you know, going back to the daily logins and stuff.
my problem with this is it's very linear, controlled, and it doesn't give off a genuine adventure. The adventure is very much finite and tied to that update patch. And most importantly, once it's done, it leaves you with a world that feels very bland and empty. And I want to explain precisely why that is, what elements are lacking, and why this is the experience and case. Now, first,
I'm gonna let him talk and everything, but I do want to say it's simple. It's because of the genre of gaming that we're in. We're in the gacha space. They can't give you an extremely rich experience where you have tons of stuff to do and the world feels alive, because that's not the main concept behind these games. It's the gacha in itself, you know, and they simply can't do it. On top of that, we can go into a lot of other things, but if they add too much to the world, it would make it so it can run on like mobile devices that we know gacha gaming is very popular on. So at the end of the day, guys, I think it's because of the genre. It's that simple. Gacha gaming, the way that the games and the market is structured, is what prevents us from having a very fulfilling, deep, open world exploration.
I want to talk about the big pro of the aforementioned things. They all tie into only one component of exploration. They don't make it up entirely. That is world design. You'll notice that gacha companies do not hold back on their budget allocated to world design. That's because it's the biggest component that can pump fake the viewer into believing there's more to offer. Look at how beautiful our world is. Look at that music, that ambiance, those vibes. Man, those stunning visuals look great, don't they? I bet it's a whole lot to explore. Not really, but they do in fact do a damn good job, don't they? In fact, I dare say the world design in these gacha games is not only the best in its genre, it's the best, probably debatably, in the entirety of the gaming industry. Sometimes
100%, bro. It's like I was telling y'all, the gacha gaming worlds, when you look at worlds like Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Tower of Fantasy, those are just some of the top games I can think of right now when it comes to open world design. They look very, very good. There's a lot of things for you to look at that are very, very nice, but that's as far as that goes.
Sometimes I take a look at these things and I go, holy shit, I don't think I've seen a better atmosphere than the one before me right now. However, as we see many times in gaming trailers, just because it looks good doesn't mean it is good. Let's start off with monumental problem number one: treasure hunting. One of the biggest motivating factors and incentives to go on an adventure in the first place is not to find the One Piece, but to get some goddamn gear, be it armor or weapons, or maybe unlocking a cosmetic skin, abilities that you can use that permanently are added to the arsenal of the character you're using, or maybe it's ability that you can use exclusively in that area to overcome mobs.
Bro, how many times have I said I want them to make open world games, these gacha games, where if you explore and you kill a bunch of enemies, you have a chance to drop a cosmetic. It doesn't hurt the company to make. It's just in the gacha space, it's still RNG. It's still gonna bring people to play the game more hours. But you clear the open world, there's no reason to ever go back to certain areas, like ever. Entire sections of the map that you'll never go back to explore. Cosmetics, little things that you can equip, charms that might make you a little stronger, something basic like that, that it's within the game. Give it a little bit of an, you know, RPG element to the gachas would be amazing. Not every type of power up or cosmetic has to be through paid means, if y'all know what I mean.
Or allies in and of themselves to take with you on your adventure. And lastly, hidden discoverable places where maybe you get a nice little Easter egg, which, to be fair, that part does exist in gacha games. Although quite scarce, it is there. Sometimes you can get a hidden area though, and maybe you have some special connection with a character, and if you never went to that area, you never would have had the interaction. These are the kind of things that make up treasure hunting in a game for a very positive explorative experience. And the reason they don't exist in a gacha game, well, that would cut into the heaping amounts of revenue that they bring in month over month.
Yep.
They can't add armor and weapons to your explorative experience because they're selling you those things inside of their microtransactions. They can't add skins in there because that, well, they just don't want to do that. They'd rather sell that to you as well.
Yep.
Abilities affect the very inherent design of a gacha game because abilities are sold to you through selling the characters to you. All of the things that make up a very fun experience for treasure hunting is tied to microtransactions and their monetary incentives. And another reason you can't obtain gear through exploration is because that would clash with the very idea and concept of a stamina consumption system. And no, a stamina consumption system isn't designed to prevent you from burning out. You're giving them too much credit. It's designed to encourage you to refresh to spend money. Gacha developers know
it's encouraging you to refresh and spend money to get more things. And it's also encouraging you to come back every single day so you don't miss out on that stamina that you have there, so you can actually progress. Because in the back of your mind, if you're liking the game, you know that if you don't log in for 2-3 days, you're going to be missing out on that stamina. You're going to be falling behind because you're not using your stamina. That's why that's there. It's not really to stop you from gaming too much. It's to make sure that you either spend money to get more out of your grind, or to make sure you keep coming back to keep grinding. That's the reality of it.
good and well how impatient gamers can be when they want to have good gear, and so they put that stamina system in there because they know you're going to run into that wall and go, damn it, I want to farm some more and I want to get my gear now. Guys, one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in the realms of exploration was from Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10. And
Yo, he's bringing the OGs, goddamn.
that was discovering legendary weapons and summons for my characters. Oh my god. And you know what was cool about this is before the game got fully fleshed out and we freaking giga no-lifed it and discovered it all, and now the guides became accessible on the internet, you had to go and find these things. You would get a magazine in the mail that would show you, or you could buy it with the game's purchase, and it would show you what the weapons look like, but it wouldn't tell you where they were, right? Or it would show you what the summons look like, but they wouldn't show you where they were. And so you were deeply motivated before beating the game, or even after beating the game, to go out in the world and explore and find these legendary weapons and these legendary summons that were incredibly powerful and incredibly unique to your gaming experience.
This ties into going out to explore, right? I remember when Wuthering Waves was gonna come out, and this was way back. There was a YouTuber that dropped a video talking about how Phantom Echoes, or the Shiny Echoes, felt like a very lackluster system. So I remember I made a reaction to it, and I didn't attack him, but I disagreed with him, because in my mind I was like, there is no way that Kuro's gonna make a shiny system or a phantom version of an Echo, you know, make them cool looking, different colors, and make it so superficial as this guy's trying to say. Well, the comments were agreeing with me. They were all up on the dude. Now we fast forward a year later, the phantom system is useless. It's barely fleshed out, and the phantom echoes that you find, in case you're a collector, are always in the same exact place. Now, I was saying they should make these phantom echoes roam. Why don't they make echoes roam at least certain areas, even if it's just the phantom versions of them, or have them randomly spawn between all the already placed, you know, NPCs of an area? Nope, nothing. There's really no reason to go out and look for things, because it's always in the same place. You never have to like discover anything. It's always in the same place. Whether you're watching one CC, another CC, playing yourself, or your little brother's playing on your account, it's always in the same place.
This is something that will never, ever exist in a gacha game.
Yep.
This is also why people love exploring in Elden Ring. Elden Ring offers you all kinds of weapons and armor for you to unveil as you go through your journey. And there's even rich amounts of lore to pick up, and you never know who the hell you're gonna run into, and you have the option of killing them or joining them. These things never actually exist inside of a gacha game because, once again, it goes against the very nature of their monetary system.
Yep.
Hence, argument number one of why a gacha game's exploration will forever remain shallow. The next category of exploration I want to delve into next that is lacking is danger, which is kind of compounding on top of treasure hunting. Two references that go to my mind: Final Fantasy XI, the MMO. Anybody who's ever played it will tell you, and maybe you know what, even World of Warcraft as well. But one you will know for sure is probably Xenoblade Chronicles, because all three of them shared that same concept of, as you were exploring out in that world, that open world, there was a strong chance you'd run into a ridiculously strong mob, and it would clap your cheeks if you dared try to fight it or if you got too close to it. This gave you a thrill of excitement as you were trying to traverse the map and get to wherever the hell you were going. The other thing is, if you fought it, there was a chance that you would fail, die, and have to start over.
The problem with this particular thing is that in today's generation of gamers, if they run into a mob that's too strong, even if it's just a roaming mob that gives you nothing for beating it apart from a good battle and a good experience, if it's too strong for them, especially in a gacha game, the instant thought that comes to their mind is, this is pay to win. You gotta pay to be able to beat this character. This is bad gaming design, and they instantly get up in arms, pull out their nails, and start attacking the company. Because how dare they make a character or a mob or a monster or a boss in the game that these people are not able to absolutely destroy with their insanely built accounts? How dare they? Like, forget the fun, forget the challenge, forget anything. It's, why can't I beat it super easily with my insanely built character?
Added to the dopamine of beating it, overcoming it, and, and potentially getting some insanely rare gear or getting nothing at all. Once again, no danger in a gacha game's open world. Guys, the last thing you will experience inside of a gacha game exploration is danger. All of the challenge is tied into in-game content. None of it exists, not only through MSQ progression, but it also doesn't exist in exploration as well. And while we're on the topic, what subcategories go under the word danger? Well, it would be nice if there were rare boss spawn-ins, because that is going to give you a exciting factor that's pretty surprising. And more importantly, it's going to give you that thrill of danger as you're exploring around. Now, of course,
so for example, we have the red bosses, right? Make red bosses, or the red mobs that sometimes spawn in designated areas, or not sometimes, they're always in the same area every day. But it would be nice for those echoes that are red boss or red mobs to spawn randomly throughout the map. And to, even those are pretty easy, even for a free-to-play player. It would be good for them to have like modifiers. Like, there are events that give modifiers to some characters, like more defense, more attack, things like that. Why can those spawn in random overworld mobs? I mean, all that you're gonna get is like an echo, but having the challenge and running into them and being like, yo, look what I just ran into, would be cool, would be entertaining. You know what I mean?
of course, you always have the option to run away, but the fact that it can spawn in creates an air of excitement and what ifs. This next one not only adds to danger, but it also adds to the thrill of adventure, and that would be random dungeons spawning into the world map design. I don't know, it can be underneath the ground, it can be a freaking alternate dimension that you ran into on accident with some rare goblin spawns for you to get some very juicy gear. None of these things can exist inside of a gacha game because, once again, that would involve you getting some gear. And the biggest issue with these lack of qualities existing is it diminishes incentive to explore beyond unlocking the map as merely a check mark. It makes the activity feel repetitive, mundane, and uninspired. Which, speaking of which, I want to talk about the next problem in these games, which is map interactables. This is one thing that absolutely exists in gacha games, and sometimes it's done decently well, but most times it just feels like, what am I doing this for? An example that comes to mind is going to be Wuthering Waves, when you're jumping on rooftops with the freaking echo that looks like a teddy bear. It's like,
there's no point to that. There is literally no point to that. It's cool to do the whole jumpy thing, but there is no point to it. It doesn't give you anything extra. It doesn't do anything, bro. I don't get it.
A game that does this masterfully well is Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or even the second one. If you want to get across that river, you have to build a boat to get across that river. And no, there's no other alternative. You got to build the boat. If you want to reach up to that high altitude spot in the middle of freaking space, you have to create an air balloon to get up there. These are what give real purpose to map interactables. But often at times in gacha games, map interactables are just merely that. You can interact with them, but it's not really necessary in any capacity.
They added the gondolas, right? The little boats in Wuthering Waves. And in Wuthering Waves, we have islands up the ass because for some reason, these freaking devs hate to make giant areas connect to other giant areas. They just like putting a bunch of little bumbaclot ass islands everywhere. Why is there islands everywhere and we have a boat or gondola system, but you can't use the boat to go to the islands? You can only use the boat around the island where you pick it up, but you can't use a boat to cross the sea to the other island, right? You can't do it. So there's no point. Like, there is really no point to using the boats. The only time people have used boats is during the fishing event, and you're not going to tell me otherwise. You're not going to tell me you sit around using the boats. The same with the little teddy bear jumping things. And there are so many other features and interactables in the map that are there, but you just never use. Even when they were there for the first time, you don't use them unless they're part of like a quest or something. You know what I mean? And I get it. Well, they're not going to add an entire map that you're going to, you know, an ocean where you can cross it. That's too much unnecessary space, bro. It ain't that deep. It was just an example. But there's a lot of interactables, like he was saying, that really serve no purpose, that you can just bypass completely and you never even need to, you know, interact with them.
Unless, of course, you're doing some puzzle. But the puzzle at the end of it doesn't reside something that's going to be very like enticing to you. It's usually just currency that equates to a speck of dirt. Map interactables, to me, based off my experience with gaming, should be placed inside of a game primarily to enhance your experience to traverse to certain areas and to overcome traversal barriers. But often at times in gacha games, that's not the case. In essence, exploration systems are deliberately designed not to overshadow or replace the gacha mechanic. Developers favor controlling progression and rewards through monetary systems rather than rewarding players fully via exploration. Now, this next one I want to talk to you about is an interesting one because I don't believe it would take away from their monetary incentive at all. In fact, it would only add into the value of the current existing structure and dynamic of a gacha game.
I'm gonna be honest, half of these things that Smack is saying wouldn't even take away from the general structure of the game. For example, right, if they were to give us cosmetics for exploration or beating certain challenges in the game, they can still make them relatively basic, right? They could make it so it's like a basic sword skin for 4-star weapons. They could make it so it's like a banner title. They can make it so, like, for example, they recently gave Rover, or not recently, but a couple months back, they gave Rover a little crown for the anniversary. They could make it so instead of the crown, you get a little hat, or you get, like, a little, you know, chain on your Rover. Something so minimalistic that it wouldn't take away from the fact that if they decided to drop a micro bikini Shang-Li skin, people would not buy it. They would still buy it. If they dropped this super cool, like, dark paladin looking Rover outfit, you would still buy it because all you got was like a little cowboy hat, right? They would still be able to sell all their cosmetics, all their microtransactions, but they would give us a little bit extra. And a lot of gachas do this. Like, there's gacha games, for example, Wuthering Waves has a like affection system or like friendship system, something like that. I don't even mess with it because it's so irrelevant. But a lot of games have a friendship system where you raise your character's friendship level, and at some point they give you like an alternate version of their skin. Sometimes it's literally as simple as a recolor. They don't do anything new, just a recolor. And we have recolors in WuWa. Not too long ago, I did the Carlotta side story, and they have her in a black and white outfit. The same outfit she wears, it's just black and white. Why don't they make it so when we do these companion stories that they always add with these characters, they give us alternate color variants of the character's outfit? you would get it for free, and if then they drop a really cool version of an outfit for that character, you would still buy it because it's a brand new version of the outfit. It looks totally different and it's cool. So a lot of the things he's saying, I feel that it's just extremism by gacha companies to give us the absolute, like, minimal content that they can to keep us, like, at the edge of our chairs with FOMO and scratching our necks, wanting anything more. And this happens more often than not with the bigger games. If you look at all these smaller gacha games, a lot of these smaller gacha games, they'll give you free skins constantly. They'll give you free cosmetics with multiple things. They'll give you a lot of free things. Some gacha games out there give you free characters every couple of months. But if you look at all the big gacha games, be it Genshin, you know, Honkai, Wuthering Waves, it's like a monumental event when these multi-million-dollar companies and these games that are making millions of dollars a month give us a free character. It's like the biggest event in the history of the game. They just gave us one free character this year. Greatest game ever. Kuro is listening. Hoyo is listening. They just gave us a free character. Nah, this is the greatest game ever. And then you have these smaller companies giving you like a character every couple of months, right? And it doesn't disrupt from the money they make or nothing. And it wouldn't disrupt the money that a game like Genshin or WuWa or Honkai would make if they would give us a character shit every 3-4 months for free, even if it was dupes to older characters. So a lot of these things is not so much that they would break the model, is that these companies just want to milk their player base regardless of the company. Regardless if it's Hoyo, Kuro, YOOOO, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm making up names at this point. They just want to milk you. Don't ever simp for these companies, because at the end of the day, you're not a person to them. You're just a number.
And that is side quests. Side quests are some of the most worthless fucking experiences you will ever have inside of a gacha game. The primary focus in my mind for a side quest should not just be merely you being a goddamn mailman errand boy dropping newsletters off at everyone's houses. There's no real purpose outside of that, right? Or just doing like jobs that don't really equate to anything. It should be tied in to unveiling sweet lore, unveiled to either the world building or maybe the character development of the characters you're enjoying as you're progressing through the story. Side quests should be a means for you to appreciate the game's world building more. Not just, hey, young man, can you go over there and fetch the fertilizer for me on my grass? No, nigga, I don't want to do that. What the hell does this have to do with the world? This is yet again a massive problem with side quests, and I dare say the majority of people probably have their catalog looking like mine. And that is, the side quests have racked up so large it's giving your catalog watch list for animes to watch a run for its money.
Bro, I got like 20 animes on my watch list right now, and like 20 other shows. And then when I go to Wuthering Waves and I look at my quest log, I'm like, why is there so many? It just keeps growing and growing. And I be doing my main story. I do quests every now and then, but I'm simply not motivated to do some of these random quests. I'm just not. Because I know that at the end of the day, yes, I'm going to get a nice little lore drop sometimes, but at the end of the day, all I'm going to get is like 200 astrite, some coins, and a fried chicken. Like, that's it. I ain't going to get nothing super special or account changing, and I can go without, you know, the 20 minutes of lore drop that they do on me when it's not even that relevant, you know?
While initially exploring in gacha games can enhance the world building and the atmosphere, it's generally not a core rewarding gameplay loop. It often serves merely as a backdrop or a mild distraction from the gacha focused progression, limiting long-term engagement and immersion. This design choice is largely driven by monetary incentives restricting meaningful exploration, which I find very problematic. Don't get me wrong, there's always a middle ground where we can meet, where they're still gaining heaps of revenue while still preserving the quality of the game's overall exploration experience. But
with what he was saying, you know, there's a middle ground, and this is by no means me saying that this particular name that I'm about to say from a gacha game is a very good game. But I remember when Tower of Fantasy came out. Tower of Fantasy, once again a gacha game with open world exploration, had a feature where you could buy mounts, right? You could buy, let's say, like a horse to ride around the map. You could buy a car to ride around the map. But they also had a feature where you could explore and kill certain mobs, regular ass mobs that are in the open world. And you had a small chance to get pieces of certain mounts. So if you went and killed the little lily pad mobs, you had a, 1 in 100 chance or 1 in 1,000 chance to get like the legs of the bear. You went and killed the little robot dudes in the other side of the map, and you had a 1 in 1,000 chance to get the body of the bear. And you guys get where I'm going. And eventually, after killing all these random mobs and getting the piece, you would be able to make your mount. And now you had a mount that the only way to get it was from farming in-game activities and in-game mobs and grinding the map. And they still sold their cool cars and freaking, jet boards and all these other mounts that looked amazing. And it didn't take anything from them to just give you a mount via open world exploration. Now, once again, they did a lot of things wrong with that game, and there was a lot of other things they could have done to make exploration even better. But that's what I feel that gacha games, especially, bro, when you look at the revenue from a game like, Genshin Impact and, Wuthering Waves and all these big games, and you see that they're making millions, bro, 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars a month, every month, it really baffles me to think that it's so hard for them to just add these very minimalistic like exploration things that would improve the open world progression.
Last, gacha games will always remain with a deep budget for world design and a small budget for experiencing the world building itself in its full essence. It's gonna wrap up this video on why I said gacha games will always have a shallow, explorative experience. You guys do comment down below and let me know your thoughts. As always, I strive to invoke critical thought amongst our community. Peace, love, and happiness, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
So y'all know
Always, I strive
that I always keep it 100 when it comes to my opinions. I think that, once again, Gacha Smack stays cooking when it comes to his videos. This man is very good when it comes to articulating what he has to say. And I'm going to be honest, if you disagree with anything this man said on this video, you're definitely out there with, how dare you insult my billion-dollar company type of mentality. You out here sucking off Kuro, sucking off Hoyo. We talking about, like, deep-throating these companies, because these companies don't give a shit about you, and everything he said is true. At no point was he saying, yo, Hoyo games suck, Kuro games suck, Wuthering Waves suck, Genshin suck. He was never saying that. He was stating the general outlook from these games, how they feel, regardless if it's a Hoyo game, if it's a Kuro game, if it's anything. That's just how these games feel when it comes to open world exploration. So if you're either attacking the dude or thinking that he's doom posting or whatever, first off, you're a child. You can't have critical thinking, and you're a very superficial, immature type of person, because in reality, everything he said is just the way things are when it comes to these games. That's going to be it for my reaction. Once again, I'll drop his video link in the description of this video. Hit the like button, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. There we go. There we go. That was my reaction to it. I thought that was a good video, bro. Gacha Smack's been cooking recently. Hold on, let me like that shit. Boom. Gacha Smack has been cooking lately, ladies and gentlemen. Have I tried Tribe 9? I played Tribe 9 for like a month, and then I quit. Just, I don't know why, but it wasn't bad. I hear that they're ending their game. I don't know if it already ended, but yeah. I don't want to skip button because it ruins my lower Honkai fandom. Yeah, bro. It's just, it's crazy. And like, bro, I'm the type of player that if a game has a worthwhile open world exploration, I will legit turn into a crackhead while exploring the world. Like, you guys will not see me for weeks and months exploring these open world games. Let me put it to y'all like this. There was this game called StarCraft that I used to play. In 1 month, I put over 500 hours into that game, bro. I was playing the game legit for like 18 hours a day. if not longer, bro. I was going crazy, bro. Like, insane amount of hours. And, like, I don't even know if it's possible to get, like, 500 hours in a month. It was insane. Bro, I played Dune. I got into Dune not too long ago. And I put, like, 200 hours into Dune in my first month of playing the game. When a game has a worthwhile open world exploration, they'll get me in there. You know what I mean? What up, Zeno? What up, John Tavius? When I first watched Gacha Smack, he sounded like a meathead. I don't know, it's just me, but he got way more articulate, eloquent even. Hey, bro, everybody has room for growth. I will say, honestly, right now, from all the Gacha CCs that I follow, and the ones that you guys bring up and you guys want me to react to, Gacha Smack is probably... I mean, I don't watch a lot of them, right? I don't even watch Gacha Smack like that. I watch his videos every now and then when you guys tell me to react to them. Smack is definitely the most articulate out of all of them. And probably the most mature. Alongside my homie Vulcan, bro. Vulcan is the GOAT, bro. Straight up GOAT. But yeah, bro, like, straight up, like, he can get into any topic and still be, like, disagreeing with you, and this man will still chat it up and, like, cook. Remember, bro, I literally dropped a review of StallCraft 500 hours in 1 month. To be fair, there were drops, so I'm pretty sure I had my stream running 24/7, but I was playing the game, like, 18 hours a day when it dropped. You mentioned what to me? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm down to watch that after this. That's gonna be interesting, bro. Like, I feel that if anything, if a game makes a gacha game comes out with a very good open world exploration type system, I'd be excited. The problem is if they drop a gacha, let's say they drop a gacha game, right? Where they plan for the future from launch, and then, like, they drop some areas that are super hard to explore and beat, so it feels like a RPG, right? It feels like something like Elden Ring. People aren't gonna take it like that. People want to spend, like, bro, especially the whales that have skill issue, bro. Because there are whales out there that will spend thousands of dollars, but also play for thousands of hours. And then there are other whales that will spend thousands of dollars and barely grind. They don't mid-max, they don't play hardcore, and then they get mad when their whaled out max-stooped characters can't clear the content for them. You know what I mean? So if a gacha game were to come out with a world that requires you to, like, hard grind your characters, you know, strategically fight, even if it was a combat driven game like this one, for example, people would get mad and call it pay to win because they wouldn't. People don't like strategizing in combat driven games. They just want to, like, brute force everything. You know what I mean? What's going on, bro? And yeah, Smack, the way he formulates his thoughts and the way he speaks, if I could obtain the ability to speak fluently like you and Smack do, bro, would definitely stream more. Bro, you do have that ability. I'm telling you, John, when we were in the VC and we would talk back in the day, when you weren't working 28 hours a day, you definitely have that ability. And it's not something, bro, listen, it's not something that just you turn on your camera and you develop day one. Bro, I'm telling you, if you look back to my first ever videos, I'd be on there. I didn't have camera, but I'd be on there like, what is going on, guys? My name is Ragnar, and today we're going to talk about how to be stronger in the game. Step 1. You want to go to this cave and kill this many bosses for experience. Step 2. Like, I'll be in there sounding like a freaking robot, bro. You know what I mean? And then over time, you learn to develop yourself and open yourself to speaking your mind a lot better, formulating your thoughts a lot better, and also dealing with a community and understanding how they might react so you can kind of control the environment you're in, per se. See, they don't blame company, blame fandom. Fandom is happy as long as they get cute girls. Oh yeah, 100%. I don't blame the company, bro. But to a certain, like, 100% is the fandom's fault. You know what I mean? Like, the fandoms be getting really, like, content with anything. Jet Black coming in with the $20 dono, popping up on the stream saying ban Cremoni. Ban Cremoni. What up, Jet? How you doing, bro? Much love. Zeno dropping the Jet Bomb emote. Okay, okay. Let me drop the Jet Bomb emote myself. The fuck? Am I not a member? Why am I getting ads? You are not a member, Grinky. Big MVP to Jet dropping the dono. I've been needing the dono, so thank you so much, bro. It helps a lot. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, do be sure to become a member on YouTube or sub up on Twitch. If you got a Prime sub, drop it on your boy's head top. That way I don't have to eat ramen noodles for the next month. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it definitely is the players that are to blame because they become complacent with a lot of the basic stuff that these companies do. But the companies could also have high, you know, like they could have high morals and be like, we're going to treat our consumers right. We're going to give them a good experience. I don't expect them to, but they could, you know what I mean? But it's definitely the you know, consumers' fault. But companies definitely take advantage of that nowadays. WuWa side quests feel lacking to me, while in Wizard 101 side quest adds up with the main story, like Grandmother Raven or her children and the Three Titans. But is Wizard 101, isn't that like an MMO? MMOs is definitely going to have more build up to their quests. But I agree, definitely they should have more build up to the quest. And like, I feel that they should add more random quests in the open world that are just interesting, like random side quests that lead you to like unlocking like a random little 4-star weapon. And they do have some quests like that, but a lot of the times is like an event. Do I want to help you with endgame? Join our Discord. For sure. The players sadly are just focused on getting currency to get characters, and anything that doesn't involve that or it stands in the way is just filler. The problem is also the fact that there's really not that many options. Like, for example, when Genshin Impact dropped, there was only Genshin Impact. There was no other open world game where you can collect cool anime inspired characters, right? Nowadays, we have, what? Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, Tower of Fantasy, and like, that's it. It still hasn't gotten that much better. So if you end up really liking a game like Tower of Fantasy or let's say Wuthering Waves, even if WuWa has things that you might not like, there is really not that many options. You're either going to play Wuthering Waves or you're going to go to Genshin, which is, you know, inferior, or you're going to go to TOF. You know, there's not that many options still within this genre. And that's another problem, you know? Like, I don't get, like, for example, people were complaining about Perlova's weapon because they were saying it's like a huge gap between her main weapon and the next option, right? And I was, in my mind, I was like, why don't the devs add a story quest? What the fuck? Why don't the devs add or not a story quest, like a random little quest in the open world that gives you that weapon that is like a good free-to-play option? But what they'll do is that they'll add it into a quest, into an event. They'll add an event, a limited time event where you get this weapon, and that's it. You know what I mean? We have anime horse girl collecting. Bro, I had a dream that I made a roast video on Umamuse. And I roasted Cremoni in the video. It was pretty funny. I was like, why am I dreaming this? So random. It is another problem, but I feel like for many, they don't care about the game part as much as they would have you believe. Oh yeah, 100% they don't. That's on Ebola. I don't like vertical games, to be fair with you, John. That's why I never got into Nikkei at first. Because even though I do like, you know, waifu collecting games and, you know, especially when they're extra fan servicey, I like them. I don't like vertical games. And I know you can run Nikkei horizontal now. But yeah. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, that's why I never got into those type of games. I've played some vertical games, but they're really not my cup of tea. And especially when it looks like that, bro. Like it's not to hate on it or anything, but like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it looks like idols, not idle game, idle characters. And when I think of idle characters, I just don't see it as something like a I would play. And it's not to be like, yo, I'm this macho guy that I don't play with, you know, these idle looking characters, but it just strikes me as if I were to play with like Barbies, bro. Playing with, as a grown man, playing a game about idols, bro, to me, for my personal style and who I am, it's like if I was playing like Barbies or some shit like that. No hate towards the people that like them. Nothing wrong with it. Hey, if you like idols, you like idols. You like what you like. I'm not better or worse for liking it or disliking it. It's just not my thing, you know what I mean? Have I ever played Elden Ring? I loved Elden Ring, bro. I beat Elden Ring, and then I had like 3 different characters. And what I would do is I would literally go to the beginning zone with my friend, and it was just the 2 of us, and we would open up, we would turn on the thing so people could invade us, and then there was this item that you could activate so 2 people could invade you at the same time, like 2 enemies, red phantoms or whatever they're called. And we would just, bro, we'd be in there for like hours, just literally PvPing anybody that tuned in. Anybody. Bro, the first game that I played way back in my day that got me into like exploration games, the first game, I mean, I'm not counting like OG Final Fantasy and games like that in like the PlayStation, because like my gaming career or my gaming, you know, experience got cut from when I was like a young kid and I played like, you know, all these old games, Spyro and all of that, and then I took like the biggest freaking like break from gaming. And then when I finally got back into gaming many years later, I was into games like Call of Duty, right? Like, let's shoot up some people, let's beat up some people in these games, and you know, it's fun. And the first game that pulled me away from that was Demon's Souls. The first ever Souls game, bro. I remember going to a GameStop to buy Modern Warfare 2 or something, one of the Call of Duties that had come out not too long ago. And I went to buy it, and then the dude over there was like, yo, have you ever heard of they had a little stand in the corner with Dark Souls. And the guy was like, have you ever heard of a Dark Souls? And I was like, no, what is that? Yo, this is a really good game. It's like the best game ever. This dude did a wonderful job selling me a game I knew jack shit about. You can make your own characters, you fight dragons, and you fight knights. It's super dope. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll buy it. I bought the game. I went home, and let me just say, I was addicted to that game. It was the first time that I could say I got back into being a gamer. Because when I played Call of Duty, it was more like, yo, let's just smoke, drink a little bit, and play COD with the homies. But when it came to like actually gaming, bro, Demon's Souls was what opened it for me. Homie called it a what build, John? Sleep paralysis, dual rapers with shadow step, frost, bleed. Homie had everything. Homie had everything. I just had a bleed build, bro. If I hit you like 3 times, like I had an arsenal of weapons that I specifically put bleed on. Like a bunch of random weapons that didn't, like obviously I used the bleed katana. But I had a bunch of weapons that I put bleed on, and I would just use bleed weapons. And my boy was a mage, so if they would come up close to me, I would just murk them. And then my boy had a like pure mage build, so if they would try to come from long range, he would hit him with the mage attacks, one-tapping, folks. It was crazy, bro. I loved Elden Ring. I do not like the new Elden Ring. That night range shit, that's whack. Pre-built stuff is eh. The only gacha game that is actually pure skill and no pay to will is Mahjong Soul. I don't know about all that now. I think any gacha game that has the ability for you to buy characters and buy upgrades is skill-less per se. Yeah, Rivers of Blood was cheese. Yeah, so I would use Rivers of Blood. But then, since people would say, oh, you're always using Rivers of Blood, I had so many weapons that were not bleed weapons that I would put the bleed element on them. So I was still using bleed. I just liked the buildup of the bleed. And then just seeing their health go pop. And how they would start running when that bleed would start to pile up. Jose, what's good, mate? How you doing? I didn't go to high levels, John, because the higher level that you got, the harder it was to find like non-stop PvP. So like if you go to like their forums and their Discord, there was like level caps, so it'd be like 120, 250, and then after that it was just random as hell. So I had a 120 character, I had a 250 character, I had like a low end PvP character, like a level 50 PvP character. They nerfed it though later. They nerfed it? Really? That's crazy. Is it still good though? Or nah? Your PvP build was level 11. Homie was invading level 15 players with endgame weapons. That's crazy. Still one of the best, but nothing close to how it was on launch. Damn. That's pain. Yeah, I love that shit on launch, bro. I don't even know if I have a PvP video on my channel. I might, bro, when I would run around PvPing. Because that one was really skill based at that point. Makes me want to play. I've been wanting to play a little bit of Elden Ring again, but I played it on PlayStation, so I would have to get back in there. You're crying about the fridge. It cost you 13. Damn, 1,300, bro. Oh, nah, I didn't like that, bro. Of course John would be out here bullying young folks, bro. Me, I like fighting against people. Like, that's why I made sure I would go to like 120. Because I would fight people around my same level, bro. The DLC system was good and needed skill. That shit was good. I have not played the DLC, so at this point I'll definitely get smacked in there. And it's definitely not the same as it used to be because too much stuff has changed ever since. Why don't we have more wall running like this? Like, low-key, why is this not a thing in the game? Like, why can't we wall run like that? And have little areas where we can do it. Where is it? Hello? Against people world and to be the same people as soon as they see my name pop up, they just hopped off the map. That's crazy. Homie was bullying young kids. DLC has their own leveling system so no one can abuse over leveling from the base game. Nice. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. I just missed one along the way somehow. Yo, I'm telling y'all, we all gotta get into an MMO and play together, John. You already ditched out on us on Dune. We gotta, I mean, to be fair, Dune is kind of in terms of like open world stuff per se that you can do with your boys. We gotta find us another game that has like raids and shit. That'd be nice. Dune is more a survival than it is an MMO. We need to find us a good MMO. I thought y'all were waiting. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for Star Resonance for sure. I'm gonna be playing Blue Protocol. For sure, bro. And if it turns out to be good, I'll definitely be playing that for a long time. If it turns out to be good, of course.
The night's challenge has arrived.
Yeah, the game looks good, bro. Neverwinter is an old MMO, but it's free based on the same world as Baldur's Gate 3. It's funny you bring up Neverwinter because that's the first game that I started making content for on YouTube. I have probably 100 videos for Neverwinter roaming the internet somewhere. Good old Neverwinter, bro. I changed my name from back in the day, but it's still generally close to what it used to be. My channel though, if you follow my channel from a long time ago, not in here, I never got to stream Neverwinter here. When I say a long time ago, it was a long time ago. But I played Neverwinter a long time ago, and I streamed when I played it. I streamed and covered it on YouTube. I made my Twitch a long time ago for a different game. But yeah, I used to play Neverwinter a lot back in the day. That's probably that was the game that got me into being a YouTuber, bro. I loved it. I remember I got into the game and I was like, how do I make money? And at the time I found a method that nobody had videos on at the time, and I ended up making millions with that method way back in the day. Why is this thing chasing me? You can't criticize WuWa. I'll criticize whatever I want, bro. You know what I mean? I feel that a lot, bro, listen, I feel that a lot of, and this is not towards that video, just in general, I feel that a lot of CCs that drop videos criticizing, and this is just the truth, criticizing or saying something against a specific game that they're covering that is not like flat out positive as hell, and instantly get backlash for it, is their fault. Is their fault because they've made their communities like that. Whether they've made their communities be hype man or toxic or whatever it may be. You'll see me drop a video talking about, I don't know, something that I don't like. Let's say WuWa does something that I don't like, and I'll drop a video regarding something that I didn't like from the patch. You'll get my community that will come out and have straight up civilized conversations, whether they have difference of opinions to what I have, but they'll have civilized, normal conversations. Nobody will be in here insulting each other, nothing. And then you'll have the random people, obviously, that will find your video, maybe it went viral, and then they'll come shit talk you. But you'll have these CCs that will always like foster these hyper toxic communities that like talk shit to everybody, talk shit to other people, and then they'll do something where their own community comes out and starts shit talking them, and then they'll be like, oh, these communities are toxic. Oh, the WuWa community or the Genshin community or this is like, bro, that's the community you have. That's the followers that you've invited to your channel. That's the people that you've welcomed into your community, bro. Someone comes in here with some like downright toxic, brain dead, childish behavior. I cook them on the spot, bro. I fry the ass. They never come back to my channel, bro. I don't ban them. I don't mute them. I don't nothing. I just baptize these folks with holy water, bro, and they never want to come back to shit talk my channel because they get fried and baptized. Whereas all these other creators, or not all of them, but a lot of them don't do that, and then they wonder, why is it that they're getting shit talked? Why is it that they're getting smack talked? These communities are toxic is because that's the type of person you've been. That's the types of communities you've fostered with your channel, bro. It is what it is, you know? They let them be toxic, bro. And they themselves are toxic. Like, you'll have CCs that will shit talk every other thing possible. They'll shit talk games, they'll shit talk creators, they'll shit talk everything. The creators themselves are shit talkers and they're toxic. So other shit talkers and other toxic people will join their channel and be like, hey, yeah, he's shit talking this other CC that I don't like. Fuck that other CC. And they'll enjoy how someone else is shit talking that CC. And they'll just chill there. And then the moment that person does something they don't like, now they're getting shit talked by those same people that they welcomed into their community. It's just the reality of it, bro. It's not that these communities are toxic. Yeah, there's a lot of toxic people. We're not gonna drop the blame on the content creators as a whole, but let's be real. Like, if you have a game like, let's say Genshin or WuWa with, like, you know, let's just say a random number, 1 million players, and then you have a channel that generates like 10,000 views, you have 10,000 people out of the million players watching your shit. Some people don't even watch YouTube. Some people don't even interact, but you got 10,000 people. And if your community has become toxic, it's because that's what you welcomed into it, bro. So don't blame it on the WuWa community or the Genshin community as a whole. Blame it on the people that are in your own echo chamber, which are a straight reflection of who you are as a content creator. That's just how it is, bro. And that's the truth, bro. That's why when a lot of CCs be coming out here like, yo, this community is toxic, I'm like, bro, you got 300 comments in your video shit talking you, and you're saying the whole community is toxic? Maybe the community you built up around this game has become toxic. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the toxic one. Not the game community, but your community from that game. Oh, CJ, WuWa community in Indonesia came together and collaborated with someone and got water for 140 plus families, not Kuro. WuWa fans. See what I'm saying, bro? It's not the community, it's certain communities. Influencers, when they found out they influenced the trends in the community, especially with their own bubble. That's what I'm saying, bro. Influencers be influencing the people in their own circle. And then when those people that they influence turn on them, they're like, yo, this community is so toxic, man. Why would they even do that? Damn, this community sucks, bro. It's like, oh, okay. So now y'all don't like it. Y'all were shit talking, harassing, bullying, making fun of X, Y, and Z. But now that they're making fun of you, harassing and bullying you, you don't like it. Oh, interesting, bro. Funny, funny. John just gave nicknames to everybody. What's your nickname, John? I think it's Rape Bait John. I think that should be the name, bro. For sure, bro. Until I see you turn that new leaf, you know that's gonna be your nickname, bro. I'm glad I'm just a nonchalant guy through and through. I get told on a regular by people I don't even know calling me nonchalant. Yeah, I'm pretty chill, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I can get very toxic. I've been very toxic, and it also depends the games that I'm playing and the communities I've built with, right? But when it comes to gacha gaming, bro, I can't ever bring myself to be like a toxic person like that because I don't care enough about the stuff going on in the gacha space. Like, I don't care if Kuro or Genshin drop the character that's 10% stronger than the last one. Like, I'd be like, damn, but like, that's it. I'm not gonna be out here like, holy shit, game is broken, these devs suck, oh my god. Like, that's not it. And if someone comes to my chat or whatever and they're like, yo, your opinions suck, it also doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care. But I have. And you guys know, y'all know, if you're in my Discord and you've gotten to be my friend, I'm a yapper. I be shit talking you guys like there's no tomorrow. Like, you guys know you're my boys if I shit talk you. If I don't shit talk you, like, I take you on like a acquaintance type of level. Like, I know you. But if I shit talk you, then you're my boy. Because I'm a heavy shit talker, bro. Nothing like disrespectful, but I do shit talk. Ooh, let's get this piece of candy over here. You don't just shit talk me, you shit talk my units. Hey, to be fair, you started that when you was shit talking my units, bro. I just, you know. And I'm always ready, bro. I'm from New York, bro. Like, I'm always ready to talk some smack, bro. Come on now. My New York people know. Like, if you're from New York, you're born and the doctor is shit talking you, bro. Your mom is shit talking you the moment you're born. Damn, that my baby, you look like a raisin. Like, damn, bro. I have never said his only good unit is Yao. That is a straight up lie, bro. I be shit talking his Yao every opportunity I get. I guess I'm just special. Glad I don't get shit talk. What do you mean, Crystal? I do shit talk you too. I shit talk everybody, bro. But yeah, I do take it easier with the ladies, bro. I can't be shit talking the ladies like that. Gotta shit talk the dudes though. I should get that premium. I want to get the premium glider. I think it's $10 though. Let me see. Is it still even there? It's not even there. Oh yeah, it is. That glider would be beautiful for my Cardathea. But right now we're down bad. He calls Yao an NPC, which is valid. He's playing, but I don't take it at face value. Oh yeah, you know, they're all cool characters. But I do call Yao an NPC because, like, you know, he kind of is and shit. Yeah, 300 gems is not bad. Nice little gems on the side. This man CJ called me and Lad a bum. Y'all be bums, bro. Bro, y'all literally, bro, y'all go and play garbage collectors in Dune for like 10 hours, picking up all the remaining doo-doo trash from all these other freaking bases that are dying for like 10 hours. But let me tell y'all to go do labs with me, or do labs and go to the deep desert and look for PvP, and then y'all don't want to go. You don't, Lad, but that's because you're nice. You're a nice guy. Lad is just a nice fellow, so I don't really shit talk you too much, Lad. Zeno, I do shit talk you because you try to shit talk back, so I gotta, you know. I'm nice too, bro. No, Zeno, you be trying to yap sometimes. You be trying to shit talk, bro. So I gotta shit talk you a little bit more. God damn it. Yeah, Lad is just a nice fellow, bro. Like, you know, he's just a nice guy, bro. Bro, exactly, bro. He be trying to yap sometimes, so I gotta, like, you know, I gotta yap back. I'm not gonna say a word tonight, bro. Zeno be sensitive, bro. He be sensitive sometimes, bro. Can't be sensitive, dog. Look at Lat, bro. I could literally change Lat's name to, like, the most random shit. Lat won't even care, bro. Lat just be in there like, I'm just farming and shit. Lat be chilling. It was 2 hours, one night, another. Bro, you are lying, Lat. I literally, bro, we can even look at the VC chat, because I was over here watching shows. I finished my stream at like 12. You guys were still on at like 5 in the morning, like 4:30. You guys were still on, bro. And I was like, ain't no way, bro. These guys really going on 24/7, bro. Lad is just that one friend who sits back while chaos happens. Facts, bro. Sipping a juice pouch and everything. Yo, how much more do I need to find, bro? I'm at 99. No! I have no limited pull account, just standard pulls only. Brand's rerun is around the corner. Should I pull for him? He would be the first character I pull. Yeah. You should definitely pull Brand. Any account that doesn't have Brand is just bricked. You know what I mean? Especially John's. Like, if your name is John and you don't have a Brand, your account is bricked. Might as well reroll. Might as well go play, like, Genshin or Tower of Fantasy and shit. You know what I mean? Just don't do it, bro. Brand's the greatest of all time. And that's why your account will forever be bricked. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it a stack, John Tavius. See? Let me just prove your point wrong, John. Brent does everything better than Zhang Xing, right? Which you like because she heals and applies shield, right? Hold on. He is the best partner to Shang Li, right? He's the best partner to Shang Li. His gameplay is by far one of the best combat gameplays out there. Easy to parry, counter, shield, heal, everything. He drops heavy damage, right? Why don't you pull him? Watch, he's gonna try to get out of saying because he's a dude, which a few days ago on Discord he was like, I have no problem with dudes. And his gameplay synergizes with the first ever unit US 6th. Oh. It's because I don't like him. Yup, I'm sure. Yup. Brent feels nothing like Camellia. Camellia is an experiment to create the GOAT that is Brent. I have 770 pulls saved. I'm saving for the Cyberpunk collab, but Brent is so dope and his value is outrageous. Brent, if you're saving for the Cyberpunk collab, keep on saving, right? Keep on saving so you can S6, R5 them units if that's what you want. But Brent will definitely hold you out for a long time. He can just be put anywhere. See, I told y'all he was going to use any excuse apart from saying the actual thing he said before. I don't pull Brent because he's a dude. Because he's a dude. And then he'll be on Discord talking about, I never said I don't like pulling dudes. Shit's just insane, bro. Brent is insane. Like, to this day, I don't have any... Like, I don't play with Brent right now because, you know, I'm just trying to play with these random characters. But Brent is honestly the only character that I feel could do everything in this game. What the fuck is hitting me? There we go. Next is gonna be I don't like his hat. Facts. Okay, so look, this is how I be cooking people. So he says the reason he doesn't pull for Brent is because he doesn't like swinging around. And in the same few lines he says, but if he was a female, I'll pull her. Oh yeah, because if they change Brent to a female, the weight of her titties will stop him from swinging around, and now he'll just fight on the ground without swinging. It'll completely change his gameplay if he gets titties, right? It'll just make him start kicking and punching. No, his gameplay will stay the same. He'll just be a female. Therefore, the real reason you don't pull Brent is not because of his gameplay, it's because he's a man. Bro, this is why you can't take John seriously, bro. Because you can't even shit talk and rage bait and make it coherent, bro. That's why I said you surpassed sus, bro. That's why I said you surpassed sus, bro. Ain't no way, bro. I have no problem with them if they're male. But I would pull them if they were female. Like, oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah, you trolling. Oh yeah, no, I'm saying. Oh, you're gonna pull for the collabs on S. Yeah, I'm saying if you're gonna pull Brant, just get S0. S0 is fine. I have a video on my channel with S0 R1 Brant, beating a bunch of holograms and tower and stuff by himself. You miss sus? Hey, bro. after John left him in Dune and never played with him, and then we never played with him, he just got on his feelings, bro. You know what I mean? Haven't seen him since, bro. He be hopping in like for 2 seconds and dipping. These motherfuckers playing Dune without me. Look at them all advanced and shit now. I'm leaving. And he dips. Shit's insane. Bro, I actually have a video of like sus, which is the when a viewer shit talks your skill. When viewers shit talk your skill, and then it's gonna be when he tried to beat my times in holograms. And then got roasted. See, and I told you, bro, he be saying some shit, getting called out, and then he tries to say something else. So now it's, hold on. Nah, I don't like his kit, the swinging aspect. But other than that, he's cracked. But I'm saying if he didn't swing around like a goofball, if he had boots on the ground, swordplay would be sick. Bro, the other day, this man's like, I like Cantarella. I didn't pull her. I would pull her if she used a sword, she didn't move around like that, her theme wasn't jellyfish, she wasn't such a, you know, wild-looking character, her color wasn't purple, and she didn't have long hair. And I'm like, oh, so you'd basically pull Cantarella if she wasn't Cantarella. Oh, okay, understandable. Understandable, bro. I would also pull Ling Yang if, you know, he wasn't a dude, wasn't a furry, didn't use gauntlets, instead used a sword, right? It was tall. Dark skin, used a katana. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would also pull Ling Yang if that was the case. I would main him, actually. You watched them fight the holograms for 7 days, homie was at it. And it's crazy because he'll still, bro, he was doing that fight. He was like, yo, Zani's kit is mid. And then he has S6R5 Cardathea. S6R5 Cardathea. S3 Siakona. And S2 Shorekeeper. So the premium Cardathea team. He's still swapped back to Zani. Oh, but Zani's kid is mid. Okay, buddy. Bro, he had S6 Yin Lin before, and before even I had S6 characters, and I had beat all the holograms, and he hadn't. Shame. Good old Sus, man. He became a legend like Cremoni. Cremoni got roasted on so much, he said, I'm taking a break, man. So, I want Cantarella if she wasn't Cantarella. Basically, Zaniel. That's what you get with John, bro. And then he'll be like, nah, I didn't say that, bro. I remember way back when they were talking about, like, I like they were hating on Cantarella, like, bad. Like, they had a hate boner for Cantarella. Like, one thing is saying, I don't like Cantarella's playstyle. They just ain't my thing. But one thing is, like, she's the worst character. She's disgusting. I hope she dies. I hope they take her off the game. She's, like, like, when you have, like, a passionate, like hate for Cantarella. No, it was John and Clasher. It was John and Clasher. Nines has S6 Yinlin too. And I'm on stream and I'm like, basically got them to say that they only pull characters who look hot and sexy. And I'm like, that's literally Cantarella. So I'm not even saying why you didn't pull her, just why you hate her so much. Y'all be wildin', bro. Yeah, Sus has S6. Bro, Sus is a whale. He max stoops every unit in every gacha he plays, bro. Like, he hasn't played since Cardathea dropped. And if he comes back during Augusta, because he has Yin Lin, he's probably going to S6 R5 Augusta. Yes, but it's like I said that day. Y'all were shit talking Cantarella before she even dropped. So you didn't even know how she played. And y'all were here with a hate boner for her. So it's like, why are you hate bonering on her, bro? You know what I mean? And also, you don't have the gameplay. You don't have the character. It's not like you pulled and then got mad because you pulled a character and now their kit is ass or something. It's like, y'all would just be mad, bro. Like, angry at the character. Yeah, but having an umbrella and jellyfish doesn't mean you know how her gameplay is going to be. Her gameplay could be amazing even with an umbrella and jellyfish. Bro, they really got me suffering out here for like one of these freaking things. And I'm not going to look at a map. I know, but I'm saying y'all were hating on her before she even dropped. That's what I'm saying. So like y'all didn't know how she was gonna play. I need her now for Frolova. What? I'm surprised you even went for Frolova now. Use the tool that tracks. True. I don't know which one it is, bro. Casket, right? Casket sonar. So this shit? Fuck. If I unequip it, will it disappear? Well, fuck me. I know it's somewhere up here. Ah! There we go. Would that be enough to 100% the map? No! I still haven't 100% this map, damn it. Alright, let me do it one more time. Let's see. Whoops. Will it show me another one? Oh, hell no. John, listen, just trust me, bro. S6 R5, a unit at 6.0. Just skip, bro. Think about it. It gives you more time to get a bunch of S6 R5 units, and on top of that, bro, you can shit talk everybody until then. That's like next level, bro. Six point oh, hell yeah, bro. And you're skipping the collab, John, so that gives you even more time to save, bro.
I can fly too.
What the hell? How am I wildin'? That's crazy. You'd say I'm the one wildin'. John wanted a collab with Boku no Pico, and he's mad that they're giving us a collab with Cyberpunk. That's crazy. Hey, bro, look. People could like Cyberpunk. They're gonna be good units. They're gonna look good. It's insane behavior, dog. Am I at 100% yet? I'm still not. Do I really gotta connect all of them? Because that's kind of insane, bro. We'll collect the rest tomorrow. For now, I'm probably gonna head off and get some food. Oh, hell no. Alright, hold on. Let's see. Let's see if I did everything for my dailies. I should have. Yeah, we did. Gotta make sure we... Bro, I don't have... Do I not have the daily thing? I don't have the Luna tab. I'm gonna buy this after I end the stream. But alright, boys. It's a good stream. We yapped, reacted, all that good stuff. I'm gonna see if I get off and eat and maybe do some react content, bro. But have a wonderful night, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace. I did for Lova's echo chest at the very beginning of the stream. All right, boys. Have a good one.
Look like you don't care, walking the dust off. Is that what you do? Is that all you're made of? Whatever ain't right, prove it on yourself. Revisit your act, return to